Why we're at this place.
Hi Ernie, how are you? I feel like I'm back home.
Yes.
I feel like I'm back home here in Woonsocket, which is great to be here with all our friends, but in particular to be here today with Chris Beauchamp. And Chris is going to be making an announcement today that I think is really critical and very important to the city of Woonsocket. And my experience in Woonsocket, not only with working with having a business here for decades and meeting people from Woonsocket. I can't go anywhere in the state of Rhode Island without meeting somebody that I had firsthand contact with in terms of working with people because of my involvement in Woonsocket. And of course, the basketball we played, Marty, and and then just continue to build relationships. And this is why I have a long-term relationship with Chris. And I really feel strongly that the work that we're trying to do right here at this learning center, which is helping people develop their skills so that they could go out and earn an income and then contribute into the community in a real positive way, or whether it's the learning centers that we'll be investing in Woonsocket to create this idea that in every home, every day, learning matters. As we uplift the outcomes in our schools, as we set this goal to meet or exceed Massachusetts levels on reading and math, making sure that our attendance is up. Attendance matters. I know it is up in Woonsocket. Around the entire state it is. And then we'll be talking very shortly about, and we should be back up here talking about raising incomes and personal wealth, so that we can actually get the idea that the more we're able to raise people's incomes, the more ability they have to raise their families and to really make sure that they're making a contribution to their communities. Chris is that leader that is going to be able to, really implement those things. Not only will he be able to be central right here in Woonsocket with the leadership that's here and on the schools, and whether it's on the council or whether it's because he's experienced in that space, experience in the schools areas, and he's dedicated to this community. So I know, and he's also going to be able to be that leader that's going to be able to connect in with the state. And I'm making an effort to make sure that I'm working with all municipal leaders in the state of Rhode Island to create these goals that will actually improve our community. So Chris, I'm really excited about the announcement that I think I'm going to hear shortly. So why don't you come on up and make that announcement, and you know that I'm going to be doing everything I can to support the city, and under your leadership it's going to be really, really a great thing that we're going to have over the next few years.
Thanks,
Chris.
Appreciate it. It's a pleasure. I appreciate everybody coming today, and especially the governor for taking time out of his busy schedule to come back to Woonsocket. As the governor said, he's very vested in the city of Woonsocket, had a small business here for many years, and as he told me many times, Woonsocket's like his second home. So I appreciate every time he comes here, and I appreciate him telling us about this education center. Excuse me. And I apologize for a little bit of hoarseness. I got the allergies working. But the governor is right. This education center is vital to the city of Woonsocket. I think that Jill and her staff do a tremendous job here. It's an asset that I've been in many times since it's opened. And I thank the governor for transition from the former governor to him making sure that this stayed in open and stayed moving forward. So I thank you for that, Governor. Today I'm here with my lovely wife of almost 40 years. With her blessing, my son Ethan and my daughter Elizabeth, to announce that I'm going to be running for mayor for the city of Woonsocket. My 12 years on the council, being on various boards, whether it was the MLK committee, Connecting for Children and Family, serving as a basketball volunteer coach for 12 years, I am community oriented. I want to be involved. I will stay involved. And I think that's a vital job of being not only a council person, but as the mayor of this city if I'm elected. I just want to mention real quick my transition from a council person to being a mayor. I've been in this job for 5 months being the mayor. And you have a different perspective of when you're a council person, you think the legislative part of it, you know what the mayor does, you know what, that office is all about, but you really don't until you sit in the chair. And being the mayor for the last 5 months, I've found a different perspective on how hard the job is, number one, how much work it entails, and I've never been afraid of hard work, as my wife will attest to. So I am committed to the city of Woonsocket. I am committed to the residents here. I am committed to doing the job of mayor for the next, hopefully, 2 years and moving this city forward. In my 5 months as being the mayor, I've met so many more people, and people that want to be vested in the city of Woonsocket. We have tremendous opportunity for housing, and we know, as the governor said, we're trying to raise the housing. We're trying to raise the incomes of not only Woonsocket residents, but the whole state. And I think by having a working relationship with the governor, with his staff, and any other leaders in Northern Rhode Island, I embrace that. I embrace communication, I embrace cooperation, and I embrace compromise. Those three things in my short time being the mayor have made it a pretty smooth transition for me. And, I know we have some problems in Woonsocket, like most communities, but I see positive. I see positive stuff. The glass is always half full, in my opinion. So these investors that have come here to Woonsocket that I've met, they aren't tire kickers. They're serious people with serious money. They love the location of Woonsocket in between, Worcester, Providence, Boston. We have an asset here where our location is something that we should promote. And that's what I've heard from developers that have come here. So I am committed to working with them any way we can. And obviously, being the mayor of the city, you have to be prudent with the money, and we will do that. We understand that, things are going to be a little tough this year. I know what I inherited. I'm not passing the buck. It's my job now to make sure we stay as stable as we can with taxes and everything else, but there's going to be challenges. There's no doubt about it. So I don't want anybody to think that, those things are just going to be easy to solve. They're not. But with everybody in this room's help, with the community's help, and with the cooperation and communication, like I said, we can get things done. So again, I appreciate the governor being here. He's a dear friend of mine. I let him beat me in basketball so I could have him here in that foul shooting contest. No, he did beat me fair and square. And again, my goal for the next 2 years in the city of Woonsocket, if I'm elected, is to continue moving us this way, not this way. And I think on Main Street, as evidenced by this location where we are today, housing at the other end, all our great restaurants, stadium theater, we have a nucleus of stuff that will bring people here. And by getting more housing, as the governor said, which is crucial to affecting a lot of things, people's wealth, people's income, people's lives. And the last thing I'll mention, Councilwoman Vice President Valerie Gonzalez is here, and I'd like to give her a lot of credit for doing something that was very difficult to do here in Woonsocket, and that was develop a homeless task force that she developed. And with her guidance, we're tackling hard issues that most other cities and towns maybe shy away from. We can't. That problem of homelessness is an issue. We don't have tons of money to throw at it, but if we have more people involved and everybody doing their little piece of the puzzle to fix that problem, I think we can do it. I'd also recognize Councilman Scott McGee is here, and I appreciate your support also. And lastly, again, I want to thank my family, especially my wife. We're going to be celebrating 40 years on June 9th. I'll never forget that date. So again, I just want to thank everybody, and I look forward to being hopefully the mayor of this great city for the next 2 years. Thank you.